Hello guys, welcome back to my channel where we are learning about the topics about Playwright using JavaScript. So today's topic is retry mechanism. Okay, so first of all we have to understand what is retry mechanism and where you can use it. Okay, so retry mechanism is one of the feature present in Playwright in which we can rerun our test cases in case you faced any flakiness. Okay, so what does it mean by flaky? So sometimes you have observed in Selenium, you run one test cases, it will pass, and the next day you don't change anything, but still the test case will fail because of some network latency, slow network, some loading issue. So because of XYZ reason, your test case will fail without changing the script. Okay, if it is a bug, then that is all okay because we found the issue because of that your test case is failing. That is a major problem. That's not a that's not an issue from your side. But if your test case is failing because of no issue but no application defect, but because of your script it is failing, then that is a major issue, major concern. So that is those test cases are known as flaky test cases. So in simple definition, you can see in the screen, retry mechanism is one of the feature which is used to rerun the failed test cases automatically to handle the flaky failures. Okay, so how you can configure the retry mechanism in Playwright? You have to just write retry is equal to you have to give a count. So if you'll give a count as one, suppose retry the this is not caps actually retry is equal to 1. So what does it will do? So if your test case will fail, then again it will execute one more time as the count is 1. If you give it the count as 2, then your execution will happen two more times. So if your test case is failing because of the same reason three times, then you are sure that you have to fix this test case and you have to do some kind of this in a script. So okay, so how you can configure that? Let's understand in VS Code. So this is the VS Code where I'll add one more file that is retry.spec.js. Okay, so here I'll write a very simple test cases. That is, first I'll write obviously the import statement, that is test comma expect equal to requires. Inside that obviously you have to import the playwright test module. Okay, and after that you have to write the test case which will take two parameter. One is I'll write retry test case. This is the test case name, and the other parameter that it will take one async method. Okay, and inside that you have to pass the page fixture. Okay, and this is my test block. Okay, so under this I'll write a very simple code, that is page dot go to, and here I'll write google.com. Okay, https colon www.google.com. Okay, so here you can see the title of the, I will just verify the title of the test cases will not make a lengthy test case. Okay, so we'll just land on the Google page and we'll verify the title of the page. So you can see the page title is Google, Google. So we'll make a session over here that await expect page is a fixture to have title to have title. What is the title? That is Google. Okay, so this is a very simple test cases, and this is my assertion. This is my assertion. That means this is my, I'm just verifying the test case over here. Okay, so I'll execute the test cases. Npx playwright test dot slash test. This is the location, and what is my test case name? That is retry dot spec dot js. Okay, so here you can see it's executing on test cases. and okay, it is actually executing in headless mode. So what I'll do, I'll write hyphen hyphen headed. So now it will execute in headed mode because we all know that Playwright will execute all the test cases by default headless mode. So to make it headed, you have to give this headed as the parameter while executing the command. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll do one more change over here. We'll go to playwright.config.js and under that we'll add one parameter that is headless, comma, false. Okay, so what exactly it will do? Headless equal to false. That means if you'll have this entry in your test case, even if you will not pass this header, it will execute in headed only because it will, whenever you execute the test cases, it will go to the config.js and it will see headless equal to false. Then you don't need to pass the headed over here. Okay, okay, coming back to the topic. So here you can see we have not configured anything in the retry mechanism. So what is retry mechanism? Whenever your test case will fail, it will execute one more time or two more times, depends upon the retry count. Okay. So right now the test case is passing. So obviously retry mechanism will not work. It will not work in the sense if your test case is passing, then why you will want to execute your test cases and why you want to increase your execution time. Okay. So when your test cases fail, then only will implement the retry mechanism, right? So what I'll do, I'll fail the test cases. Let's execute the test case again, and this test case will fail, and it will also show you the reason why this test case will fail. Okay, see, it is waiting because we have given some timeout. What is this timeout? You can refer my previous classes, you can get to know. Okay, the test case has failed. You can see it's executed again. See, retry one. Okay, it will again fail. Okay, okay. Now retry two. See, retry two. So how many retry we have given? Two. Okay, see. In first one, it failed because of the same reason, and in second also, we have the test case got failed because of the same reason. So when you have this kind of scenario, you have to know that after implementing the retry is equal to see, this is my syntax, and what I have told you, retry is equal to 1, retry is equal to 2. So you have to add this under the define config modulo.export will define config retry is equal to 2. So it will execute two more time if your test case will fail. So if you when you will go to the report, you can see my test case failed because of the same reason three times. So that means the problem should be over here because three times you should not have the same different reason. And if you find some different reason, then that is some other case. You have to fix some other issue. But if your test case is failing because of the same reason every time, then there is something issue in your test case. You have to fix it. So to fix it will make your debugging very easy, this retry mechanism, and also very beneficial for the handling the flaky test cases. Okay, I hope you'll understand this video. Okay, this is all about the retry mechanism concept. Okay, okay. So we'll meet in the next video with some new topic. Thank you. Bye bye.